I recently had someone reach out on TikTok asking me about how to fix their website that was broken. There's something wrong with their WordPress website. And they had watched one of my other videos where I was talking about how to problem solve when your WordPress website breaks. And one of the first steps to do is to go and turn off all the plugins in your hosting in your file manager area. So this person had already done that and they're still facing the same issues. So I did a little troubleshooting with them and went through the steps, and I wanted to make a video about it because you might find yourself in the same unfortunate place with your WordPress website. And also this is going to be a PSA about what you definitely need to have in place, which this person did not have, that can solve this problem. Because ultimately, when it comes to WordPress, it's a complicated technology. It's called a tech stack. It has 4 different layers of technology all built on top of each other. And so there's a lot of different things that can go wrong. Plus you're using plugins from a lot of different developers, and then the main theme updates, and sometimes the plugins and the theme no longer work together with each other with the core. So anyways, it's complicated. It's a complicated system. So with complicated systems, they can sometimes break. So if you haven't watched that other video, I'll just give you a little overview. One of the first steps to do when you're facing like a database error connection, or you're facing the website's actually down, you go into your file manager of your hosting and you go to the plugins and you rename the plugins. So you just have to put like a 1 or something in the plugin so it's no longer the same name. That'll break the connection to the database and basically disable the plugin if you can't get access to the backend of the website. If you can get access to the backend of the website, you can go in and just deactivate the plugins manually that way. That's a quicker way to do it. But if you can't get access, sometimes the whole site is down. You can't get into the backend. You need to go access to the hosting and you need to rename the plugins. Go down and put a 1, just click on the plugin and click on it to the name of it and add like a 1 at the end, and then save out of that so they don't have a 1 on it. And do that to all the plugins. That'll disable the connection so they're no longer active. And then you go refresh the website and see if it was one of the plugins that was broken, and that's what was causing the website to have an issue. So in this person's case, that didn't solve the problem. They already followed my instructions on that, and they reached out to me saying, I followed that video, but it still didn't fix the problem. So here's what we need to do in that case, because sometimes you have a real problem where it's not the plugins, it could be the core, it could be a hack, it could be something else going on. And what you need in that situation is backups in place. And I asked this person if they have backups. They don't have backups. And that's a real problem. So if you're running WordPress and you don't have backups, this is a PSA that you do need to get backups immediately. You should have backups done at the actual host company that you're hosting with. So if it's a GoDaddy, a HostGator, Bluehost, any place that you're hosting your website at, go talk to them right away and ask them to purchase the backup plan. Could be like, an additional $20 a year or something like that. It's not going to be crazy expensive, but you do need that in place. Don't rely on a plugin on your website to do your backups because, like I just explained through this whole video, if your website's broken and down, you don't have access to that plugin. Like, what good did it do? And plus, it just takes up a lot of resources. It's better to have the resources on the actual host. Let them use the resources rather than have your website have the resources of doing backups. So that's a better way to do it. It's more reliable and it allows your website to run smoother. So that's really important. One little thing that I offered him as something he can try, because it is really an unfortunate situation, there's just not much you can do, is to go to the theme. So if you can get into the back end, go to Appearance and then go to Themes. It should be the first option, and switch from your whatever the theme that you're currently in to the default WordPress theme. So switch it over, and the default is going to be whatever the year is usually if you have it installed. So like, WordPress 2024, maybe you have 2023. There's usually always a default theme installed. If not, you need to have that default theme installed. Switch over to that and then refresh the website and see if that loads. So that'll give you, if it does load, that'll give you an indication that the issue is with the theme itself. And so you may need to update the theme. You might need to reach out to the developer of the theme and ask them what's going on. Maybe there's a bug with it right now. So that'll at least allow you to know that you have a problem with the theme and not with a core files and things like that. But ultimately, if you find yourself in this situation, one of the things that can always save you is having backups in place. We have 30 days of backups with all the hosting we offer with our company. So if this ever does happen, and it's very rare because we have a lot of things in place to prevent it from happening, you can always roll back the website to any save date within the last 30 days. So that's super, super helpful. So if you need help with your hosting or your WordPress website's having issues, it's broken, you can't get into the back end, or it's showing some really weird displaying of error messages, or even a foreign language is coming up on your homepage, definitely reach out to me. I can help you. I'm an expert in WordPress. I've been working on it since 2008. So many, many, many years, and I've fixed all kinds of problems. Pretty much every imaginable WordPress problem you can think of, I've come across it and I've fixed it. So I'd love to help you out. If you need help, Joe Field with Sky Point Studios. Thanks so much for watching my videos, and I'll catch you in the next one.